In the heart of Alabama, nestled within the quiet town of Abbeville, there's a chilling legend that has haunted locals for generations. This is the story of Huggin Molly, a ghostly figure who prowls the streets after dark, searching for anyone brave or foolish enough to stay out late. Huggin Molly is described as a tall, looming woman dressed entirely in black. Some say she wears a wide-brimmed hat, while others describe her with long, flowing hair. But no matter how she appears, there's one thing everyone agrees on: her embrace is something you'll never forget. The legend tells us that if you're out after dark and happen to cross her path, Huggin Molly will sneak up behind you without a sound. She'll grab you, pulling you into a powerful, bone-crushing hug. As terror grips you, she lets out a blood-curdling scream right in your ear, leaving you shaken to the core. But strangely enough, that's where the encounter ends. No physical harm, just a spine-tingling experience that you'll never want to repeat. But who, or what, is Huggin Molly? Some say she was a real woman, a grieving mother who lost her child and began wandering the streets, hugging children in a desperate attempt to find her own. Others believe she was an overprotective mother, determined to keep children safe by hugging them and scaring them away from danger. A more practical theory suggests that the legend was created by parents to keep their children from staying out late. The fear of encountering Huggin Molly was enough to send most kids running home before the sun set. Today, the legend of Huggin Molly is a cherished part of Abbeville's identity. The town has embraced its eerie folklore, with local businesses and even a restaurant named after her. At Huggin Molly's, you can enjoy a meal with a side of spooky history, all while soaking in the small-town charm that makes Abbeville unique. Whether you believe in ghosts or just enjoy a good story, Huggin Molly is a reminder of how legends can shape a community's identity. So, if you ever find yourself in Abbeville after dark, be sure to get home before nightfall, or you might just feel that bone-chilling embrace for yourself. When the sun sets in Abbeville, Alabama, the town takes on a different feel, one where shadows stretch a little longer and the night air carries with it an unsettling chill. For decades, locals have shared stories of Huggin Molly, a ghostly figure who lurks in the darkness, ready to embrace those who dare to stay out too late. One of the most chilling encounters comes from the 1950s, involving a man who learned firsthand why you should never walk home alone after dark in Abbeville. It was a cold, quiet night when a local man began his journey home. As he walked, a sudden chill washed over him, and he heard the unmistakable sound of footsteps behind him. At first, he thought it might be his imagination, but as the footsteps grew louder, he quickened his pace, only to feel something, or someone, brush against him. He spun around, his heart racing, but saw no one. Before he could react, he was engulfed in a tight, bone-crushing hug. He couldn't see anything, but the sensation of being squeezed was all too real. Just as suddenly as it began, the pressure released, and a piercing scream echoed through the night, leaving his ears ringing. Terrified, the man ran home, vowing never to walk alone at night again. But the legend of Huggin Molly didn't end there. Fast forward to the 1970s, when a group of college students decided to test their nerves by wandering the streets of Abbeville after dark. Among them was a student who had always been skeptical of ghost stories, including the tale of Huggin Molly. As they walked, joking and laughing about the legend, something unexpected happened. Without warning, she felt a powerful force pull her into a tight embrace. Her friends watched in shock as she struggled to break free, only to hear a blood-curdling scream that left them all frozen in fear. When the grip finally loosened, the group ran, their laughter replaced by sheer terror. That student, once a skeptic, became a firm believer in the legend of Huggin Molly. These encounters are just a glimpse into the eerie presence that has haunted Abbeville for generations. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, the story of Huggin Molly serves as a haunting reminder that some legends are born out of fear, and that fear can be very real. In the vast frozen reaches of the Arctic, where the land meets the icy waters, a chilling legend has been passed down through generations. This is the story of the qalupalik, a creature from Inuit mythology that has haunted the imaginations of children and adults alike for centuries. The qalupalik is said to be a humanoid sea creature with green, slimy skin and long flowing hair. Her nails are sharp like claws, and she wears an amauti, a traditional Inuit parka with a pouch on the back. But unlike a caring mother, she doesn't use this pouch for warmth and protection. She uses it to carry away the children she captures. The legend tells us that the qalupalik lives beneath the icy waters, waiting patiently for the moment when an unsuspecting child wanders too close to the edge. With a soft, eerie humming or singing, she lures them nearer, tempting them to the water's edge. And then, when they're close enough, she strikes, pulling them into the cold, dark depths where they are never seen again. Some say she devours the children, while others believe she keeps them as her own, hidden away in her underwater lair. Either way, those who fall into her grasp are lost to the world above. But the story of the qalupalik is more than just a tale of terror. It's a cautionary warning passed down to Inuit children to teach them the dangers of the ice and sea. In the unforgiving Arctic environment, where the line between safety and peril is thin, the legend of the qalupalik reminds young ones to stay close to home and heed the advice of their elders. The qalupalik embodies the unpredictable and often dangerous nature of the Arctic waters, reminding everyone that the sea, while a source of life, can also be a place of unimaginable danger. The legend of the qalupalik continues to hold a powerful place in Inuit culture. Her story is told by elders, depicted in art, and remembered by all who live near the icy waters of the Arctic. Even today, the qalupalik serves as a symbol of the deep respect the Inuit people have for the environment and the lessons that nature can teach. The qalupalik is more than just a myth. She is a reminder of the mysteries and dangers that lie in the cold, dark waters of the Arctic. Whether you believe in her or not, her story is a testament to the power of folklore in teaching and protecting those who listen. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the myths of the Arctic. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more tales from the world's most mysterious places. Until next time, stay curious. But what about real encounters? Has anyone ever come face to face with this mysterious creature? While the qalupalik is a deeply ingrained part of Inuit folklore, the answer might surprise you. The qalupalik exists primarily in the world of myth and legend. Unlike other mysterious creatures, there are no documented real encounters or sightings that have been verified. Instead, the qalupalik serves as a powerful cautionary tale within Inuit culture, a story passed down through generations to teach important lessons. Inuit elders have long shared these stories, not as accounts of actual encounters, but as lessons. The qalupalik symbolizes the unpredictable and perilous nature of the Arctic environment, a reminder to respect the sea and to be cautious, especially in a land where the line between safety and danger is so thin. The legend of the qalupalik is not about sightings or real-world encounters, but about the deep connection the Inuit people have with their environment. It's a way to teach younger generations the importance of caution, respect, and listening to the wisdom of their elders. So, while there may be no documented real encounters with the qalupalik, her presence is felt in every story told and every lesson passed down. She remains a powerful figure in Inuit culture, a reminder of the mysteries that lie beneath the surface of the Arctic's icy waters. In the heart of Arizona, hidden away in the remote wilderness, lies a place where tragedy and despair have left a permanent mark. This is the story of Slaughterhouse Canyon, one of the state's most chilling legends. A tale of desperation, madness, and a family lost to the harsh realities of frontier life. The story takes us back to the 1800s, during the gold rush era, when many families ventured into the unforgiving terrain of the American West, hoping to find fortune and a new life. Deep within Slaughterhouse Canyon, a poor family lived in a small, humble shack. The father, determined to provide for his wife and children, would often leave for days at a time, searching for food and work in the wilds. But one day, the father didn't return. Days turned into weeks, and the family was left alone in the canyon, isolated and without food. The mother, desperate and unable to bear her children's cries of hunger, began to lose her grip on reality. As hope faded, madness took hold. In a final, tragic act of desperation, the mother donned her wedding dress, took an axe, and committed an unthinkable act. She murdered her children, their screams echoing through the canyon as she tried to save them from a slow death by starvation. Realizing what she had done, the mother, consumed by grief, wandered into the canyon, her heart shattered. She collapsed, and there, at the bottom of the canyon, she died, alone and broken. Today, Slaughterhouse Canyon is said to be haunted by the restless spirits of the mother and her children. On quiet nights, the canyon is filled with the agonizing cries of the family, their wails echoing off the rocky walls, as if they're forever reliving their final moments. Some claim to have seen the ghostly figure of a woman in a white dress roaming the canyon in search of her lost children. Others speak of an overwhelming sense of sadness and unease that hangs in the air, as if the canyon itself bears the weight of the family's tragic fate. The legend of Slaughterhouse Canyon is more than just a ghost story. It's a reminder of the brutal conditions faced by those who settled the American West. It's a tale of how isolation and desperation can lead to unimaginable tragedy, and how those tragedies can leave a lasting mark on a place. Slaughterhouse Canyon remains a place of mystery and fear, drawing those who seek to uncover its dark secrets. But be warned, if you visit, you might just hear the echoes of a family's sorrow carried on the wind through the lonely canyon. Unlike some ghost stories that are rooted in historical events, the tale of Slaughterhouse Canyon exists primarily in the realm of folklore. There are no verified, documented encounters or historical records that confirm the tragic events described in this story. Instead, it's a cautionary tale, meant to convey the harsh realities of frontier life and the perils of isolation. Over the years, many visitors have ventured into the canyon, drawn by the dark allure of its legend. Some have reported feeling an overwhelming sense of unease, while others claim to have heard strange noises echoing through the canyon walls. But these experiences are more likely the result of suggestion, the eerie acoustics of the canyon, and the natural fear that comes from being in such a remote, desolate place. So, while there are plenty of stories about ghostly wails and apparitions in Slaughterhouse Canyon, these accounts are anecdotal at best, and there is no concrete evidence to support the existence of restless spirits haunting this place. The true power of this legend lies in its ability to evoke fear and curiosity, making us see shadows where there may be none and hear things that may only exist in our minds. Slaughterhouse Canyon is a place where myth and reality blur, a place where the stories we tell can shape our perceptions and create experiences that feel all too real. But as of now, the horrors said to haunt this canyon remain in the realm of folklore, passed down through whispers and campfire tales. Thanks for joining me on this journey into urban legends to keep you up at night. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more tales of the unexplained. Until next time, stay safe, and maybe avoid walking alone after dark.